To troubleshoot AWS Amplify S3 integration, start by understanding the basics of AWS Amplify and S3. AWS Amplify is a development platform that helps you build, deploy, and manage scalable mobile and web applications, while S3 is a cloud-based object storage service that allows you to store and serve large amounts of data. First, verify that your AWS Amplify project is properly configured with S3. Check that you have the necessary permissions and access keys set up in your project. Make sure that the AWS Amplify CLI is installed and configured on your machine. Next, check the S3 bucket configuration. Ensure that the bucket is created and the CORS configuration is set up correctly. The CORS configuration should allow cross-origin requests from your Amplify project. You can check the CORS configuration by going to the S3 bucket settings and looking for the CORS section. If you are experiencing issues with file uploads, check the file upload settings in your Amplify project. Ensure that the file upload is enabled and the S3 bucket is selected as the storage option. Also, check the file type and size limits to ensure that they are not causing any issues. Another common issue is with authentication and authorization. Ensure that your Amplify project is properly authenticated with AWS and that the necessary permissions are granted to access the S3 bucket. You can check the authentication settings in your Amplify project by going to the authentication section and verifying that the AWS credentials are set up correctly. To further troubleshoot the issue, check the AWS CloudWatch logs for any error messages related to S3 or Amplify. The logs can provide valuable information about what is going wrong and why. You can also use the AWS Amplify CLI to debug the issue by running the command amplify status to check the status of your project. In addition, make sure to follow best practices when troubleshooting AWS Amplify S3 integration. This includes regularly checking the AWS documentation for any updates or changes to the services. Using the AWS Amplify CLI to manage and debug your project. And testing your application thoroughly to ensure that it is working as expected. By following these steps and best practices, you should be able to troubleshoot and resolve any issues with your AWS Amplify S3 integration. Remember to always check the basics first, such as permissions and configuration, and then move on to more advanced troubleshooting techniques, such as checking the CloudWatch logs and using the AWS Amplify CLI.